Вітаю вас на моєму YouTube каналі. Мене звати Сергій, і я продовжую свій марафон з англійської мови по програмі, яку я формую зараз, для того, щоб системно можна було вчити мову, не відволікаючись на якісь технологічні аспекти, там, підготовку і так далі. Сьогодні мій 40-й день заняття з англійської мови. Ну, звісно ж, хранити ми його не будемо, він тільки народжується. Але в мене залишилось, по суті, сьогоднішнє заняття і завтра, і післязавтра вже мій фінальний тест, де я нарешті дізнаюсь, які ж результати я досяг за проведений цей марафон. Загалом ця програма розрахована зараз на вивчення англійської мови, тобто я готую багато матеріалів, конспект лекції, готую застосунки, словник Анки, і так далі для вивчення саме англійської мови. Але по великому рахунку її можна буде адаптувати потім і на інші мови. З деякою поправкою, що штучний інтелект, особливо мовні моделі, дуже гарно зараз працюють з англійською мовою, плюс є багато застосунків для говоріння англійською мовою. Для інших мов це також може підійти з поправкою на те, що мовні моделі, наприклад, навіть з штучним інтелектом, вони, як правило, їх можна, вони можуть прочатися, їх можна заставити певними, скажімо, впливом перейти на ту мову, яку ви хочете вивчати. Але, скажімо, там більше буде залежати роботи від вас, скільки ви будете докладати зусиль. Але, в принципі, ця програма марафону, яку я створюю, я думаю, що її, по ідеї, так само буде адаптувати і на іншу мову. Я з своєї практики після я паралельно, я далі буду вивчати також по англійську мову, по історіям, продовжувати цей шлях. Але я далі планую ще якраз таки зайнятися, думаю, ще якою мовою, можливо, японською, можливо, німецькою. Поки що думки, що швидше за все буде німецька мова. І якщо в англійській в мене був хоч якийсь рівень, я постійно займався, скажімо, в фоновому режимі, читаючи там по роботі цікаві матеріали, що мене цікавить, розвивався. То в німецькій мові я взагалі не знаю, як формується, напевно, крім якихось там уривків фраз, та й все. Тому якраз буде цікаво протестувати вивчення мови з нуля. Звісно, тут потрібно говорити момент. Є люди, які кажуть, що там по міні-історіям можна навчатись із нуля. Є більшість людей, які кажуть, що по міні-історіям з нуля взагалі не можна навчатись. Я думаю, що прямо з нуля мені все одно потрібно буде пройти певний А0 рівень для того, щоб пройти алфавіт, фонетику, базову структуру мови, які там є, як вона формується, і так далі, для того, щоб далі вже просто на якихось дитячих історіях і вже починати вчити системну мову, занурюючись в граматику по історії, в якій я це знаходжу, і так далі. Далі по класиці. Але я якраз хочу знайти щось посередині, тому що мені здається, що оцей метод, те, як я зараз відчуваю, як мені дало саме вивчення англійської мови, за цей місяць я дізнався більше про часи, про граматику, ніж я вчив це в школі взагалі. Тому що зараз, нарешті, в мене склалось комплексне уявлення, як ними користуватися. Якось так. Тож, перейдемо до практики. Сьогодні в мене, знову ж таки, 40-й день. Я вчора зробив, я зараз роблю читання по Elza Speak на першому і останньому дні для контролю взагалі говоріння. Там глибокий, більш заглиблений аналіз іде. От. А reading coach я за кожен день трохи читаю з контрольною перевіркою, взагалі як результат. От, щоб було тренування. Ну і далі дні практики по граматиці, по спілкуванню. Вчора я читав part 1, сьогодні я продовжу читати part 2. Так, щоб це було не дуже багато, але достатньо. І запускаємо сьогоднішню годинку. Their dream was about to become a nightmare, the listening vampire thought. Suddenly he opened the door and stood there, showing his sharp teeth. The couple screamed and then held each other in terrified silence. The vampire could smell and taste their fare. This was how he liked it. A fare also made the blood sweeter. There's my wallet on the table there. Take it, said David. Take anything you want. I will take anything I want, the vampire replied. Fine, fine, you won't stop you, I promise, David cried. You won't stop me, I promise, replied the vampire. The light shone on the sharp teeth. A terrible thought came David and Emma at the same time. Look at these teeth. Is he a vampire? Which one? The vampire whispered. Can be only one. The couple's eyes were big and afraid. Their mouths open in horror. They held each other's hand and their stomach filled with fear. Already tonight, continued the vampire, I have drunk from 3. One more, then I can sleep and feel young again. The vampire moved toward them. Instinct made David step in front of Emma to protect her. Emma gratefully held onto his back. The vampire wasn't in a hurry. He had plenty of time. Who should he attack? He asked himself. Which one? Thank you, Emma said quietly in David's ear, for what you're doing for me. Of course, my love, I'm here to protect you. He felt proud as he said the word. He could fight this vampire. All he needed was a piece of wood or something to push through the heart. He looked around for something. You're so brave for offering yourself, continued Emma. Sorry? Asked David. What are you talking about? Oh, said Emma, I just thought that with your love for me and everything, David and the vampire looked at each other. Now, listen, Emma, there is no doubt about my love for you. Really? She replied. She didn't believe him. But you can't expect me to just give me my life. I wasn't saying you should, she said. It's just one of our options, that's all. Think of another one, he shouted. Why don't you offer yourself to him to save me? The atmosphere in the room had certainly turned ugly. The vampire was not pleased that the fear and love were now silly, selfish arguments. Emma was very angry. I hope you're joking. Let's see how strong your love is. What a terrible man. What about the woman I was planning to marry, offering me to a vampire like a bone to a dog? You said my hair smells of roses, she cried. All right, relax. David was a little embarrassed to be having this argument in front of the stranger. I am an angel, you said, she cried on shouting. Must drink, shouted the vampire angrily as he came even closer. He wanted to claim a quick kill, then he could get away from these terrible people as soon as possible. His eyes opened wider and his teeth were bared. Which one? Here David continued at his future wife. Him, screamed Emma in anger. Please, him. The vampire approached David. She's younger, sweeter, David said. The vampire turned to Emma. He's bigger, there's more of him. She pointed at David. Suddenly, the vampire felt tired. He had been killing for many centuries. Listening to them was depressing. How could he feel good by drinking the blood of either of those disgusting creatures? He looked down and their terrified faces shouted, "Bad blood!" And with that, he disappeared into the night air and felt Emma and David alone together, as they had promised for the rest of their lives. По-моєму, так і було, не? Ну ладно. Практика. Це вже добре. Так, поїхали. Значить, вчора я завершив. Я там наговорював різні ці, да. Альтернативне завершення. Так, тут він мені пояснював. Це я зрозумів, проходити не буду. Це я уточнював ці умовні. Як там воно називається? Indirect question. Наш там минула форма була. Окей. Так. Ні, це хай буде. Давай до року. Пройду ще четвертий день, що він там пропонує. Не знаю, що з альтернативною мені не дуже. Ну, окей. The vampire make step the vampire make the vampire make step toward to them, but suddenly they hear make forward. Make a step forward to them. And suddenly someone knocked to the door. All of them frozen at that moment. The vampire turned back turned back angrily. But he didn't say anything. Because the neighbor broke the door. Ні, там якось не так. Значить, двері був сусід Василь. Ну, правильно, The Vampire, так. Як буде вибити? Break down the door. Так. He was одягнений dressed he was he dressed on the armor from the game The Witcher with wooden sword at the hands. He dressed on the armor from the game. He was dressed on the armor from the game The Witcher. With wooden sword at the hands. Evil spirits. Так. Perfect. Ось в мене все вилетіло з голови. Who had found who had called a hunter for the evil spirits. Василь say loudly. The vampire a little go a little back. Emma and David make Emma and David see that moment for and run to the angle. Такі слова, я їх знаю, я їх не можу згадати. Що за фігня? The vampire a little back. Не знаю, як це правильно чи неправильно, це я перевірю. Emma and David make ні. Seized that moment and ran to ну, це не так. Тут, навірно, corner of the room. The corner. It's he on our house. silently said David and hide it by the flowers. Bucket, не знаю. Pot. Ужасно. Навіть не захотів. Так. It's he. He on our he on our home. Is he on our home? He on our home. Яка жесть. Як буде? От такі якісь повороти, ховаючись. Hiding. The David shouted and hide it by the flower spot. Якось так. Lift up, rise. Ужас. Василь lift up the sword and go to front, singing melody from this game. It's enough arguing for me. It's time to come back calm in our flat. He said and як буде кинувся. It's enough to argue for me. It's time to come back calm into our flat. Кинувся. To rush. He said and rushed to the vampire. Останнє. Наляканий і здивований огляд на годинок, бутнув до кращого в інший дім, перетворився в пару, туману і зник через туман. Наляканий. А знервований. Scared and nervous. Scared and nervous vampire looked at the clock. Піду втоплюсь. Ungranted. I'll be Then he transformed. Then he transformed to the cloudy fog and disappear by through the window. And disappeared through the window. And fog. А це ти придумав. Come on. The vampire took a step forward to them, and suddenly someone knocked on the door. And suddenly someone knocked on the door. Knocked on the door. Так, правильно. Took a step forward to them. A vampire took a step forward to them, and suddenly someone knocked on the door. All of them frozen at the moment. All of them frozen at the moment. All of them froze at the moment. Все понятно. And suddenly someone knocked on the door. All of them froze at the moment. The vampire turned around with an ugly look. Turned back ugly. But he didn't say anything. The door was broken down by a neighborhood Vasilia. Turned around with an ugly look, but he didn't say anything. The door was kicked down by their neighbor Vasilia. Kicked down. He was waited. He was wearing armor from the Witcher video game, holding a wooden sword in his hands. He dressed on the armor from the game The Witcher with a wooden sword in the hands. Holding a wooden sword in his hands. Who called a hunter of evil spirits? Василь said. Не треба було Z, а я хотів прибрати. Василь said loudly. Згоден. The vampire stepped back slightly. The vampire. Так, це понятно. The vampire stepped back slightly. Emma and David seized the moment and ran to the corner of the room. Seized the moment and ran to the corner of the room. It's him. Да. He, а him. А що him? Це його. It's him. А я думаю, it's he. He is in our home. He is on our home. David shouted, hiding behind a flower pot. David shouted and hid. Да, что это такое? By the flowers. Hiding behind the flower pot. Василь raised the sword. Підняв. Ага, raise the sword. And moved forward. Це я так написав. Чудово. Human the game melody. Enough of his arguing. This argument. It's time to bring peace back to our part. It's time to bring peace back. Да, я сказал. It's time to come back calm in our place. Enough of this argument. He said and charged at the vampire. He said and charged at the vampire. Да, не писати мені книжки. The vampire now nervous and scared looked at his watch and muttered. Що? The vampire now nervous and scared. Тепер нервуючий і напуганий, наляканий. Looked at his watch and muttered. Muttered. I'll try the next house. I will try the next house. I will try. Да, от тут try, точно. I'll try. Це те, що я не міг придумати, що ставити. Then he transformed into misty fog. Misty fog. And disappeared through the window. Ужас. Make it took a step. Неправильне слово. Це щось прямо я виснажився сьогодні. Break was kicked down. Break. Неправильне слово. Broken. Так. Да, ну там, мені здається, я багато де називав в минулій. Я передивлюсь потім, а воно, ну це типа озвучка щось лагало, треба перевіряти. Dressed on the armor. Was wearing armor. Да. Say it loudly. Say it loudly. Да. He on our home. Is in our home. Is in our home. Hid by the flowers spot. Hid behind the flower spot. Hide behind the flower pot. Try this word. Prize this word. I believe match. Go to front. Да? Чи як? Підняв меч. Rise the sword. Go to front side. Singing melody. Move it forward. Humming the melody. Move forward. It's enough arguing for me. Enough of this argument. Enough of this argument. Come back home. Bring peace back. Cloudy fog, misty fog. Ні, я навіть не хочу зараз ці всі слова додавати. Я їх зараз не потреную вже. Давай далі рухатись. Що там у мене? 15 хвилин? 12, я ж щось встигну. А коли багато написано, дуже тормозить. Давай спробуємо. Так, якщо не пробував. А. Hi. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me? I want I want to complete the last
Hey.
task.
Yep, I
of
hear you
you.
loud and clear. You want to what? Take your time. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I want to make the last task from last exercise from you.
Nice. You're almost at the finish line. Are we wrapping up day 4 of sprint 6 right now? Or do you mean the final task of the entire marathon?
А, це ж вона тупенька, вона ж не чує нічого. I will read some text by this mini story. It's some alternative story, and I want from you to analyze my speech and correct me if needed. Oh, can you hear me? Hello. 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 Hi, can you hear me?
Hey there. Glad to hear your voice again. Are we jumping into the final task for day 4 of sprint 6?
Yes, I want to read some part of text. It's an alternative story which we created, and I want from you to analyze my speech and correct me if needed. Okay?
Absolutely, go for it. Just read it out loud when you're ready, and I'll listen carefully and give you feedback after.
The vampire took a step forward to them, and suddenly someone knocked on the door. All of them froze at the moment. The vampire turned around with an ugly look, but he didn't say anything. The door was kicked down by their neighbor's Vasily. He was wearing armor from the Witcher game, holding a wooden sword in his hand. Who called the hunter of evil spirits? Vasily said loudly. The vampire stepped back slightly. Emma and David seized the moment and ran to the corner of the room. It's him. He's in our home, David shouted, hiding behind the flower pot. Vasily raised the sword and moved forward, humming the game's melody. Enough of this arguing. It's time to bring peace back to our apartment. The vampire looked at his watch and muttered, I'll try the next home. Then he transformed into a mystery fog and disappears through the window.
That was really fun to listen to. Great job with creativity and delivery. Now let me give you a few pronunciation and fluency tips. First, you did really well with rhythm and tone. It sounded like storytelling, not just reading, which is awesome. Now here are a few small corrections to make it even smoother. Instead of saying froze at the moment, it's more natural to say froze in the moment or just froze. You said turned around with an ugly look. It totally works, but with an angry glare or with a furious expression might sound a bit more vivid in storytelling. One more tiny thing. When you said mystery fog, I think you meant mysterious fog. Mystery is a noun, while mysterious is the adjective form. Also, he's in our home. Nice, but you could say he's inside our apartment or he broke into our home to make it even more intense. But honestly, that was great. Want to try reading another paragraph?
That's all for now, and I want to create some dialogue after vampire disappeared. We can talk about it.
Sounds good. So you want to write a little scene between the characters right after the vampire vanishes, yeah? Should it be funny, dramatic, or maybe a mix of both?
Yes, yes. And when vampire disappeared and leave him alone, Vasily asked David, is he a real vampire? I just thought you are joking.
Haha, I love that twist. Here's a fun follow-up you could use. Wait, was that an actual vampire? I thought you two were just messing around. You kicked down our door for a joke? Thank you, Vasily, but also, what the hell? Well, better safe than sorry. I've been waiting 10 years to use this Witcher armor. Want to keep going with the dialogue? Maybe they decide to form a vampire hunting club?
Please repeat.
Sure. Here's how the dialogue could go right after the vampire disappears. Wait, was that an actual vampire? I thought you two were just messing around. You kicked down our door for a joke? Thank you, Vasily, but also, what the hell? Well, better safe than sorry. I've been waiting 10 years to use this Witcher armor. Want to keep going? Maybe they form a vampire hunting team or start training with wooden swords?
Let's continue this dialogue. Якщо щось
Awesome.
не поняв, що вона говорить.
Let's see what happens next. Okay, but where did you even get that sword? Handmade. Walnut wood, balanced for slaying. Bought it from a guy named Geralt on Etsy. You're kidding. Am I? You just saw a vampire turn into fog. Good point. So what now? Do we just fix the door and pretend this never happened? Or we prepare. There might be more of them. I say we train. Train? Like sword fighting? Vasily, sword fighting, garlic farming, mirror hanging, standard anti-vampire protocol. And what about work tomorrow? Call in. Say you were bitten. Emotionally. Want to add a twist? Maybe a neighbor across the hall turns out to be a vampire expert?
I thought, Це я не поняв. Мгм. Василя. Мессенджер. Мессенджер. Окей. Щось таке наговорило в кінці. Непонятно. На сьогодні все. Бам. Б'ють куранти. Тож, завтра в мене останній день цього спринта. І через день підбиваю підсумки, здаю контрольні тести і дивлюсь на результат. Тому до завтра. Пока-пока.